sports journalist, author Rick Reilly. He's out today with a new book entitled Commander in Cheat, How Golf Explains Trump. In it, he writes this, quote, "To say Donald Trump cheats is like saying Michael Phelps swims. He cheats at the highest level. He cheats when people are watching, and he cheats when they aren't. He cheats whether you like it or not. He because that's how he plays golf. That's how he learned it. That's how he needs it. And whether you're his pharmacist or Tiger Woods, if you're playing golf with him, he's going to cheat."
Well,
Rick,
thank
you so much for being with us.
Actually, Joe, he actually did cheat Tiger Woods. He was playing in a match with Tiger and Dustin Johnson, and he was playing with a guy named Brad Faxon on his team, and he hits the second shot into the water, kind of chunks it. And he says to Faxon, "Throw me another one. They didn't see." So Faxon's like, "What? Throw me another ball." So Faxon throws him another ball. He chunks that into the water. And so then he goes up and drops. And he says he was putting for 4. He should be putting for 6. And it's like, and Tiger hit it for birdie, so it didn't matter. But that's what kind of golfer he is.
Which that really explains when you walk into his office, or his old office in Trump Tower. He would have all of the club trophies from his clubs and all the championships that he won. And he would sit there pointing at every one of the club championships. And you just sat there sort of smiling, going, "Yes, I know how you won the club championship at your own club." So talk about how golf explains Donald Trump.
Well, exactly. So, you know, I used to be friends with Arnold Palmer, and he never played around. He never got into business with a guy unless he played a round of golf with him first. And I asked him why. And he said, because in 4 hours, you can't hide who you are. So if he's going to cheat on the course, he's going to cheat me in business. And if he's honest and fun, he's going to be honest and fun in business. But that's what made me write the book, Joe. I was sitting here reading tweets. He's saying he'd won 18 club championships. And I'm like, you liar, because you told me how you did it when I played with you years ago. He said when he buys a new course, he plays the first round by himself and calls that the club championship. So I started calling around, and people said, "Oh yeah." So he was at Trump Philly, and we played the club championship at Trump Bedminster, and he called in and said, "Hey, who won the championship?" And they said, "Oh, Joe Schmo shot 76." And Trump goes, "Well, I shot 73 up here at Trump Philly. Make me the champion." So now when you walk into the clubhouse, his name is, instead of Joe Schmo, is Trump. So, and the thing that bothers me is like, okay, golf, fine. But when he started campaigning on this as, "I'm a winner, I can close out. I've won 18 club championships, and that's against the best players." It bothered me because I don't know anything about politics. You guys know about politics, but I know about golf, and you don't get to do that. And about 10 of them were super seniors championships, which is not the club championship at all.
Yeah, and boy, you know, and you see tweets from Lindsey Graham, who goes out and golfs with him, and other Republicans who are just sycophants. And he said, "Really enjoyed a round of golf with President Trump today." Wow. President Trump shot a 73 in windy and wet conditions. Yeah, no, Donald Trump wouldn't shoot a 73 like on the top of the Rocky Mountains on a par 3 course.
A friend of mine asked Trump about that day, and he said, "Yeah, 73, but nobody putted out." I'm like, putting out is the whole game. That's the hard part. And the other thing is the PGA Seniors Championship was held at Trump DC, which isn't in DC at all. And Tom Kite, Corey Pavin, Tom Watson, none of them broke 76 in wet and windy conditions from the same tees. So who would you rather have, Tom Watson or Donald Trump playing your ball? I mean, the lies are so crazy that it totally colors whatever he says to me about anything else.
So and Rick, again, the most important thing, Steve, about this is it is a window into his soul. I mean, like Arnold Palmer said, if somebody's going to cheat for 4 hours of golf, they're going to cheat you in business deals and in life.
Sure, and in that vein, you take a guy, he's actually made $1 billion or more, a couple billion maybe, but he seems to think he has to have it be 10 billion. In golf, people say he's actually not a bad golfer. He can hit the ball a long way. He's pretty good at it. So why can't he just settle for a decent score? Why does it have to be everything you just said?
I don't know. So if you go on the index, USGA, and you can look up his handicap, and it's 2.8. You know it's taken him 8 years to post enough scores to get a handicap? He played 66 times last year. So he's cherry picking his best rounds to stick in the computer. Why? Everybody who's played with him, pros, Nicholas, they all say he's about a 9. Why isn't that good enough?
That's
right?
my question. Why isn't that good enough?
He couldn't cover that 2.8 with the Chili's. There's no way I would play for my house at a 2.8 with him. He's a 10. 10's good. He's 73. He's got a great follow through. He can't chip. He either throws it out of the bunker or chips around. And people have told me, not only does he throw his ball out of the bunker, he takes balls that are on the green if you're not around and throws yours into the bunker. I mean, it's incredible that this guy passes himself off as this great golfer. He's a good golfer, but he's not as great as he wants you to believe.
Well,
That's the book.
And that is actually, Meek and I were asked to be on The Apprentice Celebrity Apprentice, whatever it was. And we did a golf round with him, and I've been around a lot of really good golfers, and he is a good golfer, but the guy does have a good swing. He's got a great follow through, and he can hit the ball pretty darn hard. But you're right. He's an 8, a 9, a 10 handicap. That guy ain't. I've played with two handicaps. He ain't a 2 handicap.
And by the way, I checked. Like only 3 or 4% of people over 70 are under a 10 handicap. So it's a terrific golf game for his age. But why must you cheat? You know, I once wrote, golf is like bicycle shorts. It reveals a lot about a guy. And what his game reveals in this book, Commander in Cheat, I mean, you might want to take a shower afterwards.